Good. Oh, wait. Wrong one. You can't see me. Helps if I push the right button. Good morning, West Coast. Good afternoon, East Coast. Hello to everybody in between and outside. Hope everybody's having a great day today. I'm apparently having technology snafus. That's what happens. It's Sunday again. Today we're going to be doing kind of a shorter one. I am going to need to leave here in about an hour because I am going to be heading over to my quilter's studio, and we're going to be talking about some ideas for the color vortex and what we are looking at. So probably going to make this about an hour, so we won't be here very long today because I'm going to have to hit the road. She's a little bit a ways away from me, and it takes me a little while to get there, so I'll hit the road and we'll go talk, or she and I will go talk. Y'all will go do other things during the course of the day, but I wanted to jump on here, still do the Sunday Live as normal, and we'll just make it a quick one today. Who do we have here today? We have Brenda, we have So Terry, Diane, Christine. So Becca is here. Hello, Becca. Don't forget, guys, I'm going to be joining Becca very soon over at her place, and I don't know what trouble we're going to get up to, but you know that between the Crafty Panda, Mary, Becca, and myself, we're going to get into trouble. Linda, Paula, Mama Harden, Jackie, Judy, Candy, Linda, Doreen, Auntie L, Loki is here. Hello, Loki. I always appreciate you, Loki, joining in from South Africa. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, it is such a joy to have you here. Jan, Norma, did I say Brenda already? Brenda's here. Shelly's here, Glenda's here, Roxanne's here, and Susan is here. Melody's here too. Hope everybody's having a good day. It is a good day. We're going to be working some more on those puzzling blocks that I've been working on using the quilt kit leftover pieces. Hi, Donna. Nellie's here. Morton's here. Hello. So this is the block that I made last time on the live. I actually made two blocks. So I made this one. And I made this one. So those were the two blocks that I worked on last time. Continuing on along in the process. And, you know, I have several more that I've made here as well, such as that top one right there. So I am going to continue working on just doing some more of that and seeing what I can make. Tracy says, good morning. Hope you had a wonderful birthday. I did. And thank you all so very much for all the birthday wishes. It was a wonderful birthday. Had a great birthday. And I don't even remember what I did. No, I hung out with friends. I did a lot of sewing. I got to spend some relaxing time. It was really nice. So it was a good birthday and I enjoyed it very much. So thank you very much for all the wonderful birthday wishes that y'all sent my direction. It was much appreciated. And I had a really good birthday. So the project that I've been working on most recently, I'm not ready to show it off yet. It's actually hiding behind my quilt that I have hanging up there. Not ready to show it off. I'm kind of secretive about my own projects a lot of times. And so I have a project that I'm working on and I have a whole bunch of these black strips that are coming off of it. So this is also Tula Pink's fabric. Since it's also Tula Pink, it will work in well with this line or with these fabrics. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to incorporate my scrap pieces from the cutoffs that I've been making and incorporate them with some of the bright ones. So I think today's block is going to be kind of like a dark and a light going back and forth. So let's see what all we can make. Jackie asked, how big are the finished blocks? Well, it just depends because there are some that are like 12 by 12 and then there are some that are, that are bigger. I think one of them may be smaller. I don't know. So this first block that I have sitting here on the top, it's like 13 by 13 and a half. So it's my computer's acting up today. I should have restarted it before we got started, but it's about 13, a little bit bigger than 13 by 13. My iPad is turning off. I'm just having all kinds of trouble with the electronics today. Oh, well. This one's a bigger one. This one is about 13 by 15. So this one's about 13 by 15. So just a wide range of sizes. There's no rhyme, no reason. This is a 12 and a half by 12 and a half. This one, I think this is my favorite block right here. I think this is gonna have to go towards the center of my quilt because I love that one a lot. So it'll all have to figure out, I'll have to figure out how to fit them all together. But once I get the project off of the design wall, then I'll be able to figure out like what I want it to look like, Auntie L says it always reminds me of Romper Room Magic Mirror when you call out the names. Yes, I'm old and you probably have never heard of Romper Room. I have not heard of Romper Room, actually. That is a new one for me. Most of the time I can pick up on a lot of different things. Like I know a lot of different things. But that one is one that I do not know. That is one that I do not know off the top of my head. Now I may have seen a clip of it and just not known it. Did my thread break? No. It's just acting weird. So there's a good chance that that is true. But I don't recall that one off the top of my head. Norma likes that block, that kind of pineapple block that I showed everyone. Tiffany's here. Hi, Tiffany. Are you going to be taking your nap soon? It's about nap time for you, I feel like. Oops, no, I wanted to do this, yes. Let's do it this way. Because basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one of the black strips of fabric, and then I'm going to use one of the colorful strips, and then a black strip, then a colorful and a black and a colorful. Just keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth between the two. And use up my scripts. Scripts. Rochelle with 3 L's, asks, hi Ian, are you avoiding the storms? At the moment, yes. It's funny you mentioned that actually, because my Apple iPhone has been really weird for the past several months, it feels like. I will look down to check the weather, and my phone and watch keep telling me that there are thunderstorms. And I'm like, but there's not. It's literally sunny. There's not a thunderstorm anywhere close by. And I'm like, why does it keep doing that? And so I actually looked up on the internet. I was like, why does my iPhone keep telling me when there's thunderstorming when there's not a thunderstorm nearby? And there's apparently a bug or something in the software that's causing it to do that. But literally, I will look at my phone and it just defaults to thunderstorms. And I'm like, nope, that's a wrong. That's an incorrect statement. So I don't know what's going on. No nap yet, says Tiffany. My day is messed up from being very fatigued, so I'm eating lunch now. Gotcha. Well, I hope you enjoy your lunch. I'm gonna have to go back and look at Romper Room now, because a couple of y'all have talked about how much you loved it. So I'm gonna have to go find what you're talking about. I can't do it right now, of course, because I don't want to get demonetized. Yay! No demonetization today, please. Thank you. Oops, I have a salvage in this one. I need to undo that one that I just put on, because the salvage is poking through, not poking through, but I can see it. So I need to go back and clean that up because I don't want you to be able to see inside the quilt. I know if I left it, it would be fine. There wouldn't be a big problem, but for me, I just want to rip it out really quick and fix it since I have it right here. So I'm just going to rip this really quick. And all I'm going to do is just move it up. I literally am just going to move it up is all it needs to do. Lynn says, hi everyone, actually managing to catch it live today. Hey, congratulations on making it today. I appreciate those who do watch the replay though. It is amazing to me that people would want to watch me. I will for sure, Christine. I will check it out after I get off live. And we'll look up Romper Room, and like I said, more than likely, I have probably seen a clip for it. I just don't know it. Or from it, I just don't know it. My local TV station, WFAA, they were saying that they are on Roku TV and Amazon, whatever it is. And they were showing old episodes of Mr. Peppermint. And I was like, man, that's my childhood right there. Mr. Peppermint was awesome. Anybody else remember Mr. Peppermint? I remember Mr. Peppermint. He was great. And Wishbone. Wishbone too. Did you know that Mr. Peppermint was on an episode of Wishbone? He wasn't Mr. Peppermint, but he was like one of the neighbors. I was like, that's Mr. Peppermint. Hello, Linda. Summers, Christine says summers at grandparents, Captain Kangaroo, Romper Room, Jack LaLynn, game shows, and then her stories until dinner. That sounds awesome. Sue Ellen is here. Hello, Sue Ellen. She says, I am catching it live. I usually watch the replay. Welcome. Glad you could catch it live today. What am I doing? I need this. I don't know what I'm doing. That's what's happening. Do, 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 do. There we go. Oh. So I've got Becca. I'm going to be visiting Becca soon. And then I'm going to go up. I just got an email yesterday about the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Festival. They are excited for our quilts, and they were giving us instructions on how to get our quilts delivered. So lots going on. Lots going on as I'm getting going for the summer, basically. Very excited, but lots going on. Shelly says, Mr. Peppermint must be local to you. I grew up with J.P. Patches, Brakeman Bill, and Stan Borderson in Seattle. Awesome. Hello, Donna. Yes, Mr. Peppermint was local. He was a local personality, I guess, would be the way. It was a local show. It was such a good one. I miss it. I miss it. I cut that real diagonal. That was not good. Thankfully, it's scraps. Who cares? It's all scraps. Because we're going to be safe, safe, safe. If you're on TikTok, you know which sound bite is flying through my mind right now. You're welcome. You are welcome. It was a busy week last week. Did y'all catch my May recap video? I kind of started like sitting down and thinking about everything that I did. And thankfully I take notes throughout the month to help me remember. Although I didn't remember to talk about the seasonal 4 video, getting that quilt finished off. My kid watched Barney. We had Barney here too, and Barney was actually a local production. Barney was actually out of the Las Colinas studios. And I like started thinking about everything that I did over the month, and I was like, holy crap, that was a lot. But not a lot at the same time. Does that make sense? It felt like a lot, but it wasn't a lot at the same time because I had that break to go to California, Disneyland. And so was like, man, I got a lot done, but I didn't get a lot done. I think I'm going to iron this. I gotta warm up the iron. It is plugged in, but I need to go to iron it. I know I need to iron it, but I need to warm up the iron so that I can iron everything. I'm just gonna press my seams open. Just make it super easy. What have all of you been up to this weekend? I have been working on that secret project, which has been a blast, and I'm getting a lot further, a lot more quickly than I anticipated, which is good. It just is, there's a lot of math and miscutting that has been going on with it. I have miscut, I can't even tell you how many times, and it makes me so frustrated that I do that. Because I'm like, okay, I need it this size and this side. And I go and I'm like, cool, got it. And I like triple check, you know, because they always say measure twice, cut once. And so I do that. And then I still somehow accidentally get it wrong. And I'm like, how did I do that? How did I mess this up again? And I don't know, but I do. And it's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. So what kind of projects are y'all working on and getting frustrated with? Ouch, that's hot. My iron is hot, 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 which is a good thing, I guess. Iron should be hot, but holy cow, it's hot. I think I need to replace my iron board cover because everything is like sticking to my ironing board pretty hardcore now. And I'm like, does that mean I need to get a new ironing board cover? I feel like so. My children watched Wallace and Lambo. They were sponsors of the youth softball league in our area. Hey, Katrina, welcome. Shelly is binding my 100-day, 100-block quilts. Excellent, or excuse me, 100 days, 100 blocks quilt. She's making one quilt with all the blocks. Very nice. I did not do a 100-day project because I already have enough projects. I don't need another project. I don't need another project. Hello, Sheila. Welcome. All right, I'm gonna get this as far as I can and do a little trimmy trim. There we go. There's my trimmy trim. And then I'll flip it around and do another little trimmy trim. Yeah, it could stand a trim. I was looking at this side and I'm like, maybe it doesn't need a trim. No, it needs a trim. Needs a trimmy trim. Just a little bit, just a hair. Get out right there. Excuse me. Katrina is working on hopefully the last round of blocks for the double wedding ring. Awesome. Christine says, hi Ian, I'm cleaning out my Tula stash. You can send it to me. I will take on your Tula stash. I didn't realize how much I have. I know, it piles up and you don't realize it. Shelly says, I started in August, finally almost done. Teresa says, what is a puzzle style quilt block? You have me intrigued by the thumbnail. Well, my friend, it is a technique that I learned from Tiffany, and basically it's just scrappy blocks. It's literally taking your scraps and puzzling them together into some kind of formation. Tiffany, if you go check out Tiffany's Quilting Life, ! Tiffany in the chat should give you a link to her channel, but she just basically talks about how to put the scraps that you have together and kind of puzzle them together to make a Scrappy block. And if Tiffany's here, she can drop her link in as well if she wants to. I also have the link, actually I think I have the link in the description of this video if I remember correctly. Should be down in the description. Whee, go check out the description. All right, next up. Next up, let's do this one. This one has a selvage. There you go, Tiffany. How many blocks do you have now? That's a good question. I know, Sheila, tulip blocks are amazing. How many blocks do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 blocks so far. Jan says, thank you, Ian, for teaching me how to FPP. You were the key for me to understand. I'm so glad to hear that. That makes me so happy to hear that I was able to help you with the FPP process. It can be really, it can be a lot. It can be a lot, but I'm so glad to hear that I was able to help you figure it out. Loki says, I just finished a New York beauty quilt, and I'm also working on a twin-size quilt made up of miniature blocks. I love it. That sounds awesome. Sally says, hi, Ian. First time watching you live. Usually I watch the replay. I grew up watching the shows Christine Wolf watched, but need to add the Galloping Gourmet. He was funny. I will have to go check those out. I also used to watch this show called Around the Twist, I think it was called. This was back when I was in elementary school. And it was this, it wasn't an American show. It was like a, I want to say it was an Australian show maybe? But it was like going around the twist, and it was basically like this lighthouse, and like very strange things were happening at the lighthouse, and it was just, it was kind of like a Twilight Zone for kids, I guess, kind of way to say it. I don't know. Oh, my bot isn't working. Okay. Let me see if I can turn the bot on. It turns itself off sometimes, and I don't know why. There we go, that's better. Judy is working on a stitch and flip purse, excellent. And of course my computer is gonna run super slow. There it goes. Get the bot turned on. It is weird, Tiffany. I don't understand. Yeah, of course allow. And it's acting like I've never signed in to Streamlabs before. That's weird. I already got all that. Leave me alone. What is happening? It's really acting like I have never signed in to Streamlabs before. That's very strange. What is happening? Very strange. Sorry, I'm very distracted by what is happening because it's acting. Oh, okay, there it goes. I think it's finally figured itself out, but what in the world was that? Okay, everything should be on now. Tiffany, go ahead and try your link again, please. Ah, goodness gracious. Auntie L said, I finally settled on the fabric for my friend's quilt. Her daughter actually picked out the fabrics now to pick a 3-yard pattern. Awesome. That's excellent. I know that quilt is going to be very special to them. There we go. My bot is working again. It just decided it was not going to work for a little while. It said, no, I am not working. And if you ever need help or want to know what commands you can use, just type !help into the chat, and that will activate the bot, and the bot will give you some commands that you can use. It's weird that it decided, no, not going to work for you today. No bot for you. Excuse me. Excusez-moi. Well, that didn't work. That'll also give you some fun commands to do as well. Living Greenland, hello. Welcome. Is this Katie? Is this your channel, your new channel? Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was Katie. I haven't seen you use this account before, Katie. Oh, I didn't mean to sew all the way down on that. Whoops. How long until nap time? I would say no. 8-Ball says no. That's right, I do have an 8-Ball command if you want to ask questions and receive a response from the 8-Ball. You can do that. Excellent. I thought that was the case, Katie. I thought this was your new channel. I want to add this one, I think. Yes. No, I want this one. I want this one. Oh my goodness. 12 years worth of videos, that's awesome. I just realized that I'm like, I think if I remember correctly, it was like 8 or 9 years into YouTube. I was like, wow. Didn't realize I had so many videos. And I just got the Village Green clue recorded yesterday. So that will go up as long as I can edit the video today. Hopefully that video will go up tomorrow. Candy says I got part of my fabric for my first EPP quilt. Excellent. I am not a fan of EPP. I appreciate those who can do it and have the patience for it. It is not for me. But I can't wait to see what you make using it. I just suck at it. I don't like to do hand sewing. Hey Ian, doing some mindless, or Samantha says, hi Ian, doing some mindless sewing of my scraps, jelly roll race, fence blocks before I start a new project. Excellent. It's always nice to get that like project off your plate and then start working on something else. I think I'm going to maybe sew some of these together because they're not long enough to make another piece, I don't think. Excuse me, they are not, but excuse me. I scarfed down lunch. So I've got the hiccups now a little bit. Sue Ellen says, I am finishing up 2 4-drink carriers. Make sure I don't sew over my finger. It's a pattern and templates from Martelli. Interesting. That sounds like fun. Kind of, after this live is over, I may go check that out. Is my video choppy? I keep like looking down and happen to see like, it looks like I'm suddenly jumping. I don't know what's going on. This week, work is gonna keep me busy, but after work each day, I'm hoping to continue to work on this secret project. And hopefully maybe get it done before I go to visit Becca. I really want to get it done before I go visit Becca so that way I can turn it into my quilter. But I have to pick a backing for it, and I don't know what backing fabric I want yet. Donna says it's freezing every now and then. Sorry about that. One of these days I'll get a new computer where that won't happen. But until that day happens. Until that day happens. You're stuck with the freezing and the choppiness. Thanks, slow computer. My computer does well. It just is frustrating sometimes that it decides that it just wants to like, and ooh. Oh boy, all right. We're going to do a little bit of a trim. Picking a backing is hard, absolutely. For this one, I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. I finally found one. It's gonna be here next week, I think. I ordered it from I Heart Tula. Surprise, surprise, it's Tula. It's gonna be the white on white. It's gonna be the white on white Hexies. Couldn't think of the name for a second. So that's what I'm going to use for the back of this one, which I think will be perfect. Since this quilt has a lot of white in it, I feel like it's a good match. You know? You know? I'm going to hold on to that because that could still be used. That's a scrap. That can go away. Hello, Zandra. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Zandra? All right, so it looks like I just need a little bit more. And I will have a block. For Carnival, I'm going to be doing Petting Zoo in large. Can't wait to get started on that one. Although Becca and I have talked about it, and I think for the quilt following Carnival, she and I are going to pick each other's colorways, and we're not going to tell the other one which one they got. So it's going to be a complete surprise to the person when they get it as to what quilt they're going to be working on. What colorway they're going to be working on, I mean. I think that'll be a fun challenge. Oh, and we need to talk about Ted Lasso. If you have not watched Ted Lasso, I will not give any spoilers, but I will say that you need a box of tissues nearby because it is a wonderful series finale. But holy crap, I need 5 to 7 business days to recover. It was a lot. It was very good. I enjoyed it a lot, but holy cow, I was a blubbering mess after it was all said and done. If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, please take the time to watch it. It is so worth it. Such an inspirational series. So good, but holy crap. Just have the box of tissues the entire time you're watching any part of any season. It is just so good. Who is Ted Lasso? Ted Lasso is a television series on Apple TV. It is Jonathan Sudeikis. Did I get that name right? He is the lead actor in the show, and his performance is wonderful. It's really, really good. So, yeah. Ted Lasso. Highly recommend it. Highly, highly recommend it. If you know, you know. It's a great show to put on while you're sewing, too. I would watch it a lot of times when I'm sitting here sewing because I have my TV in front of me. And it's good just to put on a television show and just, you know. Although sometimes I'd find myself like so engrossed with what was happening that I would just like stop sewing and I'm just sitting here watching everything. It is, oh, that's interesting. Oh, how funny, Lily. Lily says, I love that show. Jason Sudeikis lives near me. And so it's weird running into him on the subway every so often. That's funny. And I don't know, I would like, I try very hard when I see celebrities of any caliber, like not to intrude because I don't like, they're just normal people and like, I don't want to bother them. I would have a hard time with Jason, just like, I would have to be like, hey, I'm really sorry. You're amazing on Ted Lasso. Like, I don't know that I could not, you know? I think that's a bit small. That is a bit small. I already did that one. Let's do this one. Mona did what? Says the quilt behind you is beautiful. Thank you. This was the Piazza in the San Marco colorway for the Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I still need to get it quilted, and I was really hoping that the quilt backing I had chose for it would have come in before I go visit my quilter, but it took them a little longer to package than what I was hoping for, and so I won't get it until this week, but that's okay. Confident Quilter is here. There's a 8-ball question. 8-ball, can I get a foot rub? Outlook is good. So I guess hubby's going to be giving you a foot rub soon. Oh, no, I need a black one. I am not ready for the weekend to be over. Last week was short because we had the Memorial Day holiday, and so this week at work went by very quickly because it was 4 days, but we are back to a regular week this week, so it's going to be a long week. Thankfully, I love what I do, so that's good. Judy says, Ian, thanks for all that you do. Everyone remember to give Ian a thumb. Oh, thank you. You have to leave early. Catch you next time. No worries. I'm going to be leaving here in about a little over 15 minutes, so I feel you. I'm trying to like wrap this block up before we have to jump off live today. We are at exactly 100 viewers at this very moment. Thank you guys so much for joining today, of course. I always do appreciate it. Alexandria has just finished a pride flag wall hanging. Just need to quilt it now on to the second one. That's so awesome. So Terry says, sometimes you have to geek out as a fan, but a nod and a wave is good. That's what I do. Hard to control at times. Totally understand that. Yeah. Yup. I don't know what I would do if I met Taylor Swift in person. I would be like, I'm like, you're the person that sings, and you're really good. I don't think I would be that bad, but maybe pretty close. Wendy says we need to have 2-day work weeks and 5-day weekends. I agree with that. Absolutely. Then I could get more quilting done. It's funny too because people are like, oh, you'll be able to quilt more when you retire. And you know, I'm a ways away from retiring, but I'm also under the impression and kind of like mindset that I'm gonna work until I'm dead. So, you know. And TL says when you're retired, every day is a Saturday. Right there. All right, I need a little bit more. Let's do a pink one. I think pink will work well. Lily says, no, unofficial New York subway rules state no engaging with other riders. LOL, my friend sees Keanu Reeves on the subway all the time. How funny. Honestly, there are not many people that I would fangirl over. And even when I did like quote unquote fangirl, it would be very respectful. One of my friends was eating in a restaurant near UTA, and Beto O'Rourke came in, and I would have a hard time not just like wanting to go over and shake his hand and, you know, be like, thank you for everything that you've done so far. I would have a hard time with that because I really like him a lot. Ooh, it's so close. Okay, another strip of black, and I think we got it. No. Oh, I thought you meant like out in the wild. Where'd it go? Wendy said, my daughter and I saw Taylor 2 weekends ago. She is spectacular. I thought you meant you saw her like out in the wild, not at her concert, but I get it. Yeah, no, I really wanted to go to the concert, but when they're charging 1 or even 2 months rent for that, no, I can't afford that. Can't afford that. So there was no Taylor Swift concert for me, but that's fine. Oh, Mona says, I ran out of pots, so I planted my tomatoes right in a bag of dirt. Well, there you go. That works. Feels like tomatoes can grow just about anywhere. So Terry says, I bumped into Dustin Hoffman and almost tripped and hit the pavement. That's more the caliber of my interactions that would happen more than likely. Yeah, we don't talk to strangers in New York, just saying. It's kind of how it was on the, it's that way on the tube over in London as well. You don't talk to strangers, you mind your own business, head down, that kind of deal. It was funny though because when I visited my friends, they had to go to work, but they left me, the key to their flat, and they said, go explore, and we'll tell you where to meet us and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, cool, cool, cool. So I'm trying to get back to the underground station, and my friend had picked me up in his car. So I knew where he picked me up at, but I didn't know how to get back there. And so this poor woman, I think maybe she's at the ATM or near an ATM. I don't know. She had a baby stroller, everything. And I walk up, respectfully. I was a distance away to try and let her know I wasn't, gonna do anything. But I was like, hi. And of course I have an American accent because not British. And I'm like, hi, I'm trying to find the subway station. And she was really nice about the whole thing. And she's like, oh yeah, it's over there. And I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. But it was funny because my friends were like, wait, you talked to her and she helped you? And I was like, yeah, she's really nice. It was great. And they were like, that's not typical of Londoners. And I was like, oh, well, she was really nice to me. Brenda, yep, I would totally stumble and fall. And more than likely what would happen would be I'd be walking towards them and I'd be like, hi, my name is, and just fall right there in front of them. That would happen to me. 100%. I don't know how, but this ended up way crooked. But I don't care. It's okay that it's crooked. Oops, I just clicked a button. What did I just click? Don't click buttons on the laptop. That should be my new single. Don't click laptop buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so I'm just laying my pieces out. And I think, do I want to put that there? No, I want okay, I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to do, yes, I like that. All right, so I'm going to start assembling these together. And I'm actually going to, nope, that lines that up. I want this to be very random, so I don't want seams to really line up. That's the cool part about this. You don't have to worry about lining up seams, which is great. Because on the project that I'm working on right now, I'm trying my absolute best to make sure that my seams are as aligned as freaking possible. I don't think it's a fear thing. I think it's more I'm busy, don't make eye contact, don't ask me questions kind of thing. Yep. I get that. I have done that before. I kind of did that. It's funny though, actually, when I was in London visiting my friends the first time, I'm literally wearing a University of North Texas hoodie, and I'm walking back to my friend's flat, and these guys in front of me are trying to figure out where the movie theater was, I think it was. And they're talking to each other and trying to figure it out, and then they turn back to me because I'm walking behind them. And they turn back to me and they're like, excuse me, do you know where the movie theater is? And I'm just shaking my head because I don't want them to know. As soon as I open my mouth, they're going to know. And so I was shaking my head and everything. And they're like, oh, well, do you know where a movie theater is anywhere? And I was like, I'm so sorry, guys, I'm not from here. And they were like, oh, yeah, you're not. Okay, thanks, bye. Sheila says, never liked London when I lived there. Not fond of Dublin, but it's not bad, as bad, friendlier. I actually found London to be quite friendly for the most part. Like, I really did not have... I never really had any bad experiences there. I actually really love London. London's one of the cities that I would, like, consider my second home, if you will. It's also the country I've been to the most, other than America. I've been to London 3 times, so I feel pretty comfortable there. It's funny to think about that. I've actually, like, London literally is the second most visited country for me. Tiffany says, I've met a few actors. I used to go to TV live audience shows as a preteen when I lived in Cali. I used to live down the street from Gwen Stefani when she was just a garage rock band. That's cool. I'm just a girl. Got that song stuck in my head. So Terry says, well, Ian, when I went to Texas, I did not want to open my mouth either. And when I did, all heads turned. I knew it was, yep, Yup. It's funny though, because I have gone to other states and I will get the question, where are you from? And I'm like, Texas? And they're like, but you don't have an accent. And I'm like, okay, good. I'm glad. Becky says, Ian, I have some funny stories when you need some filler. Excellent. I will definitely be asking you about those on another live. We are vastly coming to the end of this one rather quickly, so I want to make sure that I get this block done before we're done for today, but next time, for sure. Gonna trim. This block is definitely wonky, but that is okay. I don't know how I did that either. It's like legit wonky. Now I got that song stuck in my head. I'm just a girl. I can hear like that Retro's 90 in my head. Yep, definitely hearing it. Whew. I've been doing a lot of quilt mathin', and let me tell you, it breaks the brain a little bit. Alexandria says, even though I'm from the South, because I grew up all over the world, my accent is different because the Southern comes out when I hear somebody from the South. Yeah. For me, it really doesn't. For me, personally. I've never really had too deep of a Southern accent. The only thing that kind of makes up for that is I say y'all a lot. Y'all is my go-to word. So I will say y'all a lot, but otherwise, not so much. Ooh, all right, so I'm going I'm just going to keep all this together. I was like, maybe I should separate out the different types, but I think I'm just going to leave them all together and just throw it back into the same bin when it's all said and done. Let's find a straight line. This is a straight line. That looks good. Whoops, and then I move it. Great job. There, all right, so we're gonna square it up here, I think. I feel like I want, how much time do we have? Oh, we're almost at the hour. That looks pretty good. All right, so I think we are going to leave it here today. This one's more of a rectangular block than a square one. I might decide to go back and put a piece of color onto it, like on one of the sides, or I don't know. I may decide to do something with it, but this is what we got for today's random block. What do you think? So there you go. That is today's random puzzling block. Living in Greenland, I went up to the north and was told it's you guys, so it became y'all guys. Yep. I know several people have had that happen, where it's become y'all guys. Thank you. I think it came out really well. I can't talk. I think it came out really well. Yes, Tiffany, are you going live tonight? Let us know in the chat so that way everybody knows to jump onto your live tonight if they are. Waste not a morsel of fabric. Hey, Yo Patty G, you snuck in. Katrina says, looks good. I've got 20 more orange peels to sew on. Awesome. I like it too. I think the black and then the colors pop very well against it. So, thank you, Catherine. She says, I loved your Disney video. Thank you. It was a fun video to put together for sure. Tiffany will be live tonight, but she's going to be doing hand sewing. So look for her. Are you 6 Central? 6, I think you're 6 Central if I remember correctly. I don't remember what time it is for you that you go live, but I think it's 6 Central if I remember correctly. So no grandkids today, says Becky. So she's going to try and catch Tiffany's live. All right, I'm going to jump off of here. I'm going to jump in the car. I'm going to go get some coffee at Dutch Bros, and then I'm going to head out to my quilter's house, or excuse me, studio, actually. I'm used to saying her house because her studio used to be in her house, but now she has an actual studio where she can do stuff at. So I'm going to head out to her studio. I'm going to go talk to her about all sorts of quilty things and spend the rest of the afternoon planning out a quilting design for this vortex quilt. I can't wait to see what it looks like. But I hope everybody has a great day. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next week. Just look for another live. Make sure to subscribe. And if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up button. Let YouTube know that you like my video. And then hopefully YouTube will share that video or other videos with all the wonderful people out here on YouTube land. I will see y'all next Sunday and hope everybody has a great day. And remember, guys, normal's just a setting on the dryer. I'll see y'all next time once I find the button. Why am I never prepared? I never seem to be prepared, but yeah, it works. Okay, bye everyone. No, that was not it. That was not the right button. Again, hit the wrong button. I need to go through and clean this up because there are too many buttons for me to be pushing and I keep hitting the wrong button. That was the wrong button. This is the right one.